Hey, my name is April, and I'm the Peaceful Wife. Today I want to talk about dealing with annoying things in a godly way. A good test of whether the Spirit of God is in control of my heart or not is when something comes up that could annoy me. How do I respond? I'm going to share some examples of some things that can be annoying for some of us, and then we'll talk about some ways that we could respond that would honor God and be honoring to our husbands and to others. I mean, our husbands are not the only ones that can annoy us. If you're not married, your boyfriend, your parents, a lot of this stuff is going to apply to all of our relationships. So let's see. We want to be thinking about 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8 kind of love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. That's 1 Corinthians 13. I just read verses 4 through 5. And then the fruit of the Spirit. Walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. That's Galatians 5:10 and 22 through 23. The awesome news is we don't have to get annoyed. We don't have to lash out in the flesh the way that we used to. If we have Christ, He can give us the power by His Spirit to extend grace and to respond without being irritable and touchy. So, we can respond by being vulnerable, respectful, and kind. I can ask for what I need, but I can respond without sin, even when other people are doing things that might be annoying. And I don't have to give in to resentment, control, bitterness, rage, or lashing out at people as I abide in Him. Satan would love for us to be easily irritable, annoyed, and resentful. He would love to take some tiny little thing in our relationships and get us to focus on that, become bitter, and hold on to that, and destroy God's work in our lives, and give Him a huge foothold to build a stronghold in our lives. Then He can use my words, my attitude, my actions to attack others. If I hold on to bitterness, that's what I'm doing. I'm giving him a place, giving the enemy a place in my life, and he can attack me and others through my life. And I don't want to do that. The link I'm going to have to this particular video will have a post on the same topic, and it has some links to some posts about things like how Satan would love to destroy your marriage through your thought life, and a post written by one of my readers called My Demon, which just opens our eyes to some of the strategies Satan will use to get us to think accusing negative thoughts toward our husbands and other people. All right, so here's some examples of things that sometimes upset women or upset people, and some ways we can respond. All right, the toilet seat being left up seems to cause a lot of contention. First of all, I can accept that living with a man involves some inconveniences. Living with any other person is going to involve some minor inconveniences. That's just how it is. After all, when men live with women, they have to deal with the seat being down. And why do we think that it's annoying that we have to put the seat down, but I don't hear them complaining that they have to put the seat up? Maybe there are some who do. I haven't heard men complain about that. I think we can just think about that. We're glad that we have these men in our lives. This is a small thing. It doesn't have to be a big deal. We can just put the seat back down. And if it's the middle of the night, you can either get a nightlight in the bathroom, or you can just feel with your hands where the lid would be and feel, is the seat there too or not? And if it is up there, you can just put it down. It doesn't have to be a big deal. I can refuse to assume evil motives on his part most of the time. He's not plotting to make me angry. If a husband or a dad or a brother or a son does that, they probably just didn't really think about it. All right, I can also, if it really bothers me, I can ask in a respectful way, hey honey, if you get a chance to put the seat down whenever you're done, that would be great, thanks. But if he doesn't remember, I don't get to be bitter or resentful. I can put the seat down myself, and I can also be glad that they do put the seat up, because if they left it down and made a mess on the seat, I think that would be worse. So they are trying to be considerate by putting the seat up. I can also be super thankful that I have indoor plumbing and a toilet with a seat. Not everyone in the world has that. Not everyone has a toilet or a house. And so this is a first world type of problem, and it's not really a big problem, especially when I look at the things that so many people are enduring around the world. This is a small thing. And I noticed that in Asia, they have what they call squat toilets, and they don't have seats. It's just kind of a hole in the floor. So you could ask for one of those and then problem solved, right? All right, another issue. He doesn't put the dishes in the dishwasher correctly. First of all, if he's putting dishes in the dishwasher at all, that is awesome. Be thankful that he does that. Not every husband or son or dad or boyfriend or anything would do that, so be thankful for that. And whether it's your husband or a roommate you're living with, if they are doing something to help with the cleanup, be appreciative and thankful. If we are very critical about the ways people help us, eventually they might get tired of helping. So I don't have to say anything about how somebody else packs the dishwasher. Now, if I'm teaching my kids how to do the dishes, then yeah, I can show them, let's put the dishes in this way. They get clean the best that way. But if your husband puts the dishes in a different way, it may not be a big deal. If they don't get clean and it's really a problem to you, you can let him know later, it's kind of weird, the dishwasher didn't get all the dishes totally clean, and he'll probably figure it out. You can also, without complaining, just like scrub off the crusty stuff, and it's not a big deal. If things are not tense in the marriage and your husband's feeling pretty respected in general, you can also decide to say something in a friendly way, like, I noticed that sometimes it seems like the dishwasher cleans better when the dishes are put in this way and the jets can reach things better, and then just let it go. All right, sometimes the issue of he leaves dirty clothes on the floor is a big deal. What can I do? In that case, couple of things I can choose to do. I can choose to pick up the clothes myself with a great attitude, a servant's heart. I can be thankful that my husband is in my life, that I have some clothes to pick up after, because there's a lot of women in the world who have been widowed, or they're separated from their husbands and they don't want to be separated, or who are single and don't have a husband, who wish that their biggest problem in life was that they had a man who left a couple of pieces of clothes on the floor. It doesn't have to be a big problem. If I would like to ask him to pick up his clothes, that's totally fine. In a friendly way, with a smile, I can say, honey, if you would please put your clothes in the hamper sometime tonight, that would be so great. It would help me out. Thanks. I can leave them there till he picks it up. It just depends if it bothers me or not. If it bothers me a lot, then I can pick it up myself and do the laundry. All right, another issue. He doesn't take out the garbage. How can I deal with that? I can say in a friendly way, hey baby, would you please take out the kitchen garbage when you get a chance tonight? Thank you so much. And then I can give him some time to work on his schedule. It doesn't have to be in the next 10 seconds. If the garbage smells really bad, I can take it out myself. I can ask an older child to take it out. If it's a garbage emergency and I really can't take it out myself, I could say, hey honey, the garbage is smelling so nasty, it's starting to really get to me. If you could take it out pretty soon, that would be awesome. Of course, if he's really busy or stressed or exhausted or involved in something, I may not be able to ask him at that time. I may just need to take it out myself. What about the issue of your husband's sitting down to relax, you still have a lot of chores to do? Sometimes wives get annoyed by that. What can we do? I can respectfully ask him for some help with things in a friendly way, and let him know, you know what, I would so love to just relax and cuddle with you. Would you be able to help me with this? And then maybe we can have some time together to chill out. Or I can bring the laundry basket in there and sit with him, enjoy talking with him, and be with him while I fold laundry. I could let the chores wait a little while and just give some attention to my husband and enjoy being with him. I don't have to be jealous that he takes time to relax. I can take time to relax too, I just have to figure out how to fit it in my schedule. I can also focus on being a blessing to my husband and appreciating what he does for me. Maybe he went under the house last week to fix the sewage line, and I probably have never done that. So, I mean, how many chores could I do in the house to equal that one thing he did for me that was so nasty? I don't know, but I can do a lot of chores out of gratitude, I think. And maybe he cuts the grass once a week, and I never do. And, so we can't always compare. If we want to try to compare and make everything 50-50, we'll make ourselves crazy. They do things for us, we can be appreciative. And then when we get a chance to do things for them, we can do it with a great attitude also. I can be thankful he has a chance to relax and rest if he's had a stressful day. I can focus on thanking God for all the things my husband does for me and for our family. Or if I'm not married, I can thank God for my roommate, what they do, the good qualities in that person. Or my parents, I can thank God for them and what they do for me. I can focus on the good things, the Philippians 4:8 kinds of things. I can evaluate my time, see if there's anything I can adjust so I have more time to relax too. And if things are really tense though, if your husband is very emotionally wounded or spiritually wounded, he's been talking about divorce, things are just extremely tense, then you may want to give him some time where you don't really ask him for much at all. Just let him heal. If he were to leave, you're going to have to do all of it yourself anyway, right? So if he is just hostile and upset and angry all the time, he may not be approachable for you to ask him to do things that don't annoy you, or for you to ask him for more help or anything. And that may have to be okay for a little while. You can work on your end of things, and you can stay close to God and pray, ask God to give you wisdom. But even in those cases, we can have God's joy, and we don't have to give in to resentment. Andrew Murray has some quotes about humility from his book, Humility, which I highly recommend, that says, "The only humility that is really ours is not that which we try to show before God in prayer, but that which we carry with us and carry out in our ordinary conduct. The insignificances of daily life are the importances and the tests of eternity, because they prove what really is the spirit that possesses us." He also says, "The humble man looks upon the feeblest and unworthiest child of God, and honors him and prefers him in honor as the son of a king." If God has shown you some ways to respond to things that used to annoy you, but now you can respond in his strength and in a healthy way, I'd love for you to share. It might be a blessing to some of the other ladies. And I will share a link to a post on my blog on this topic as well that has a lot more links to other things that are related, some of the things we've talked about. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. You're welcome to subscribe. You can also find me at my blogs, peacefulwife.com and peacefulsinglegirl.com.